Yeah, it was my choice. I didn't really talk to anybody about it. I just kind of told my team, like, I'm gonna just say the truth, and that's it.
You know, he's strong, you know, he has a good left hook, you know, and, you know, one time he opened up, you know, I cracked him and he didn't open up at all.
It didn't look like he was training. Ryan didn't train for that fight.
You don't think so? Why?
I don't think so. Ryan didn't train. He didn't train for that fight.
Ryan Garcia stirred controversy after his loss to Rolly Romero by revealing he wasn't mentally prepared to fight and was pushed into the ring by his own team. He admitted that after a year-long break, he felt completely off and struggled to perform. Garcia hinted that the decision to fight wasn't truly his, saying he's extremely disappointed and suggesting he knew deep down he shouldn't have stepped in the ring. He also opened up about the emotional toll his time away from boxing took on him and even hinted at an early retirement, raising serious questions about whether his team prioritized business over his well-being.
Just found myself very off after the year layoff. You know, that whole year, you know, it was a lot for me mentally, as you guys know. So the fact that I got here is, and I'm in the position I am, my mind is as clear as it is a victory for me, I would say.
Ryan Garcia's emotional confession revealed he was fighting more than just Rolly Romero. It was a battle with his own mental state. The boxing world was stunned, with veteran promoter Lou DiBella admitting he never expected Romero to outbox Garcia. Many saw Garcia's return after a year-long layoff straight into a high-stakes fight as reckless. Critics, including Bill Haney, shared their confusion online, with Haney posting congratulations to Devin Rolly and Teofimo for what he called an iconic night of boxing, while also questioning the decisions around Ryan. Even Oscar De La Hoya appeared baffled, adding to the growing concern over how Garcia was managed leading up to the fight. Ryan Garcia has reportedly cut ties with Oscar De La Hoya, blaming him for forcing a clean, unprepared version of himself into the ring against Rolly Romero. Garcia's own comments confirmed he wasn't mentally or physically ready, yet those around him seemed more focused on business than his well-being. Critics are now slamming De La Hoya's judgment, accusing him of setting Garcia up to fail. The fallout has left fans questioning whether Ryan will finally distance himself from a team many believe betrayed him, especially after his emotional breakdown and the obvious signs he shouldn't have been in that fight. Oscar De La Hoya continues to downplay Ryan Garcia's loss, insisting it wasn't devastating at all and claiming Ryan simply knows what he has to do. Remarks that have sparked outrage among fans and boxing insiders. Instead of taking any accountability, De La Hoya brushed off criticism, fueling backlash from those who believe Garcia was set up to fail after being pushed into a risky fight following a year-long layoff. Many expected De La Hoya to acknowledge his role in the situation, but his dismissive attitude only intensified the growing criticism over Garcia's management and treatment.
You know,
how devastating?
He'll live to see another day. That's it.
How devastating of a loss is this for Ryan, man?
Not devastating at all. At all. Win 12 rounds. He knows he's way better than that. He knows what he has to do. He knows what he has to do. So.
Do you think the Devin Haney fight probably off the table? Do you think that, or
it'll be back.
How do you?
It has to happen.
How do you think Devin looked out there, man?
Gun shy. Literally, he was running. I mean, he was scared to me. Yeah. Scared of getting hit.
Bob Arum recently added to the growing controversy surrounding Ryan Garcia's return, blasting the fighter's management and promotion for throwing him into a high-stakes fight against Rolly Romero after a year-long layoff. Arum criticized the lack of proper planning, arguing that Garcia clearly needed a tune-up fight before facing someone as dangerous as Romero. He pointed out that the rush for big money bouts often clouds judgment, leading to poor decisions that put fighters at risk, a mistake he believes played a major role in Garcia's underwhelming performance. Bob Arum didn't hold back in his criticism, saying Ryan Garcia's team made financially driven decisions rather than strategically sound ones. He argued that a smarter move would have been giving Garcia a tune-up fight before facing someone like Romero or Haney, stressing the need to build momentum gradually. Arum's comments highlight the importance of keeping fighters prepared and prioritizing their well-being, especially after long layoffs. He also took aim at the boxing industry as a whole, accusing it of rushing fighters into big money bouts that can derail careers. His remarks underscore a deeper issue in boxing. When money takes priority over smart matchmaking, fighters often pay the price. Bob Arum continued his sharp critique by pointing out how even elite fighters like Devin Haney have struggled after long layoffs. referencing Haney's off-rhythm performance against Jose Ramirez. Using that example, Arum slammed the decision to throw Ryan Garcia straight into a tough fight with Romero, calling it a clear case of poor matchmaking. Bad matchmaking is a huge part of this game, he said, emphasizing the critical role smart matchmakers play in a fighter's success. Arum's comments exposed a deeper concern about how young talent is being managed in today's boxing scene, warning against rushing fighters into high-stakes bouts without proper preparation.
This is a lack of real planning. He should have had a tune-up fight first and then go into a fight with a guy like Romero. But, you know, these fighters and the promoters get turned by the money, and they don't make really good decisions. A good decision would have been to take a tune-up fight and then, you know, then you move to a Romero or even a Haney or so forth. You don't go right in after a year. You know, look at Haney. Haney looked terrible with Ramirez because he hadn't fought in a year.
Did he seem to be gun shy? Did he seem to be worried about taking another big shot?
Who's that?
David Haney, with the way that he was moving around the
Absolutely,
ring.
you see that? I mean, you know, I don't know how you scored because it's hard to tell, but you know, who's going to want to see Haney fight if he fights that way?
You want to see the rematch? After what? Yeah.
What do you think about Teofimo Lopez? His performance?
He did okay. I mean, he did okay. But he knew he was in with Barboza, who can't break an egg. Barboza's fought so many fights for us. I don't think he's had one knockout. You know, so Teofimo could show his whole arsenal.
Ryan Garcia has been brutally honest about his mental health battles, opening up about a deeply personal struggle that began when he was just 17. In a candid interview, he revealed he suffered from intense anxiety and frequent panic attacks, to the point where he became obsessed with the fear that he was seriously ill, developing full-blown hypochondria. His mental state began to unravel, his focus faded, and his fears spiraled out of control. Eventually, Garcia recognized he couldn't fight through it alone and admitted, "I just kept going through that, more panic attacks," highlighting the ongoing nature of his internal fight beyond the ring. Ryan Garcia recalled the overwhelming toll of his mental health struggles, saying, "I couldn't breathe half the time," as he reflected on the panic attacks and anxiety that consumed him. Instead of hiding behind a typical excuse like a physical injury, Garcia made the bold decision to be transparent, revealing the real reason behind his struggles. "It was my choice," he said, admitting he never even discussed it with his team beforehand. Despite facing backlash, Garcia stood by his honesty, explaining that telling the truth was the first step in his journey toward healing. Ryan Garcia shared a powerful piece of advice: talk to the right people, talk to yourself, and understand you're not alone. He emphasized the importance of self-awareness and seeking support when needed. His bravery in opening up about his mental health has sparked an important conversation in boxing, a sport where such topics are often pushed aside. Garcia's honesty could inspire others to seek help and be more open about their own struggles, breaking down the stigma around mental health in the fight game.
It just was a time, obviously, in learning more about.
Do you go to therapy?
Yeah, I was going to therapy, and I took all the steps that I just wanted to get better, so I took every step that you could.
And who advised you to be so open about it? Because I'm sure your team was like, let's just say it's a shoulder injury, let's not talk about mental health, because again, you're the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Was it your choice?
Yeah, it was my choice. I didn't really talk to anybody about it. I just kind of told my team, like, I'm gonna just say the truth, and that's it. And we'll see.
And you still got backlash after that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Of course, because there's people that have like this idea on social media.
Well, because they really want me to, like, you know, I'm just easy to pick on, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this kid.
Like he has everything.
Yeah.
What do you mean mental health? It's like, no, you don't understand. Like,
yeah, no,
stuff,
crazy.
But stuff doesn't equal happiness.
But the thing is, I've struggled with it since I was 17. It was something new. It just got to like a place where, and I don't even know how it truly happened, but because I had just won the biggest fight of my life.
Which fight was that?
Was Luke Campbell, right after I knocked him out.
Huge fight.
And I was on top of the world. Like, I mean, my social media numbers were even crazier than it is now. And
was
it's crazy.
Was there big growth from that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. But
was it the pressure? Is that what got to you?
No, I got to, like, I just got so, Lost. Like I don't know. I can't really explain it. I just kind of like being in a maze and you don't know where to go. Like I just couldn't keep my focus on anything, and then I just kept on thinking I was sick. I came to like, I became like a true hypochondriac to the point where I was like, yo, I got a problem for sure. Like, and then I just kept going through that, and then more panic attacks, and I couldn't breathe half the time.
So how'd you get out of it?
Talk to the right people.
First
of all, talk to yourself.
Yeah.
And say this is an issue.
Exactly, being honest with yourself, the truth, and then conversations with people and understanding that other people have went through a similar situation. It kind of eases off that thing, I'm alone in a way. Like, okay.
Ryan Garcia's openness about his struggles has not only shed light on the challenges athletes face, but also sparked a much-needed conversation about mental health in boxing. His courage to be transparent and seek help could inspire many others to do the same. If you found this story powerful, don't forget to subscribe for more updates and insights on the world of boxing and mental health. Stay tuned for more.